Okay, this first game is between sk.Heman and Madfrog, and I'm actually going to commentate all Heman versus Madfrog games from the... Let me just pause it at the beginning here. I'll just wait a little second before I pause it because some of you guys were complaining that I was pausing it far too early, so I'll pause it at exactly 15 seconds, which I've just done. So 15 seconds has elapsed. Okay, so these games, whilst it's paused and whilst you're syncing up at 15 seconds, these games are between Madfrog and Heman, and they took place at the Swedish qualifiers for ESWC, which is the Electronic Sports World Cup, which will be held in France in July. So all the top Swedish players were there, like Heman, Survivor, Madfrog, Nightmare, Beaver, and a few other guys as well. So very good tournament, and there was 4 games between Madfrog and Heman, so I'm just going to do them all. So 15 seconds, I'm now going to unpause it. Unpause now. So Alter started for Madfrog. Let me just put Fog of War on, off. So Madfrog, Scorched Basin, Madfrog at the right hand spot. You could say that was about 2 o'clock, and you've got Heman at 6 o'clock. Now Heman, obviously human, Madfrog, Night Elf. Madfrog is predominantly Night Elf player, but he also plays Undead, and Heman is only a human player. Now this is from the earlier rounds in the ESWC World Cup qualifiers in Sweden. It might have been round 2 or 3. So they met earlier in the round, and obviously it was best of 3.
Job's done.
Now Scorched Basin, as you're well aware, has quite a few tricks on it. I'm not going to go through them all again, as I'm sure you know them all. The trick with the lizards, to get a super item early with 1 hero, and also buying a Wind of Negation to get rid of those spirit pigs early and get all that lovely experience and gold income. So Human has definitely got problems in this map because the main problem is Night Elf can get to the Human very, very quickly, very, very easily, so very easy for a Night Elf to harass a human player, but also it's also a hard map for a human player to creep.
Job's done.
So a map where it's hard to creep is an advantage for a Night Elf player who doesn't rely so much on creeping as, say, a human or an undead player.
Ready for action.
So He-Man out scouting with those militia. He's well aware of the tricks that happen in Scorched Basin, so he's sending militia out not only to scout but also to keep a small eye on the centre as well, just to see what's happening here. As you can see, there's a militia stopped at centre, and there's another militia that just scouted Night Elf player. And as you can see, Madfrog has got 3 Moonwells, so he's definitely planning on doing this quick steal of a super item from those lizards. You need 3 Moonwells exactly to heal the Demon Hunter back up to full health after taking on these lizards. And Madfrog straight away sees that peasant at centre. Now, what will be going through Madfrog's mind here? He will be extremely worried that He-Man is on his way with his mage and footmen, which is exactly what He-Man is doing. So he's kind of heading downwards, and they're now going to see each other here. So as you can see, mage, elemental, see the Demon Hunter. Now, I would say that was a mistake from He-Man, the way he has casted 2 elementals. So one of those elementals is just not going to do anything basically, it's just a waste of mana. As you can see, it is nearly running out already. So he's been running around with an elemental, not doing anything whatsoever, to try and catch Madfrog. So he's realising that now, and realising he can't just run around with elementals because they're just both going to run out, and he's going to have wasted all his mana for nothing. So no point chasing that Demon Hunter, even though he wants to try and stop the Demon Hunter getting centre. So this cat and mouse affair here with footmen retreating backwards and forwards, the mage retreating backwards and forwards, is an advantage for a Night Elf player in my opinion. Human must creep to get that experience, must try and get an expansion usually. You can't just hope that you catch a Demon Hunter creeping centre, you've got to commit to something, and He-Man is doing the right thing here, although he should have probably done it earlier, committing to a quick expansion. So a very good spot there for the Demon Hunter, clearing those lizards. A lot of people kind of creep them from the right hand side, but that's a perfect spot. If you creep from above, the Demon Hunter can get a lot more damage. As you can see, that Demon Hunter has got 160 health. If you attack from the other side, you'll generally end up with like barely getting out of there. So the way he positioned himself was very, very good, because the splash damage actually took out one of those harpy rogues, which is the flying unit, so if you're ever going to try that, try and get in a good position so you get the best possible outcome. So 2 Ancients of Wars, Hunter's Hall, no teching from Madfrog. He's doing all Huntresses and he's going to try and get an advantage over the human player. And the idea in Madfrog's head is to try and get these super items and use the super items in conjunction with early Huntresses to get an advantage over Heman. Now, Madfrog can see the human player heading towards the shop, so he's using his Huntress to hit moving footmen. And he's got to time this pretty well. Ankh Reincarnation picks it up. It looks like he's got enough health, but Madfrog kinda lucky. He's 1 hit away from dying, 1 hit exactly away from dying, and you'll see that in a lot of top games is that top players tend to get away with such little health. The timing is to perfection, and remember, this game is taking place at a LAN, so superior micro will be seen in all these games where you see absolutely micro to perfection. So if you watch these Huntresses, you're going to see Huntresses being moved forward to make sure you can get those footmen. As you can see, that Huntress being moved in front of that footman very, very well, taking good advantage of LAN conditions to micro extremely well. So now 3 Huntresses, 1 Demon Hunter. And if you look at the items that the Demon Hunter got, he's got a 1 negation, that'll be used to get rid of elementals, I guess. And he has got an Ankh Reincarnation, fantastic, and also a stone rock golem. So he's casting his rock golem and an early opportunity to see if he can get a winning advantage. But Heman doing pretty well. He's already got his Mountain King out, so he got that out very, very quickly. If you're a human player, you might want to watch Heman's build order, because that Mountain King came out very, very quickly, and that is allowing him to survive this attack. Really, really good play here from Heman, picking off Huntress after Huntress. There's another one gone. And now he is attacking that stone golem. Now remember, those elementals have piercing damage and work very well against a rock golem. So he's trying to take out that rock golem. He'll get good experience from it. And Madfrog trying to retreat it, but unfortunately the water elemental and the mage's range just get it in time. So now we're seeing Madfrog target the mage. And good play again here from Heman, doing the right thing, realising he's slightly outnumbered and getting some militia involved in this battle. Now it's Madfrog who does not have enough men. I'm not too sure why he's retreating here. He definitely has enough men to take out another Huntress. See, he kind of retreated there for no real good reason. He just let Madfrog get a lot of damage on that elemental. So again, another more good use of militia here. Good play from Madfrog, retreating that very injured Huntress. And he's just got to be very careful of his heroes here. Heman, both heroes are very close to dying in a good portal there. Unfortunately has no turret home. Boy, very, very close game here. So retreating into his main. It's very hard for a Night Elf player to follow in, because all of a sudden you can have 7 militia. Madfrog using his 1 of negation there to get rid of that elemental. So the mage is targeting that very, very injured Huntress. As you can see, I think it will die here. Is he going to get another hit? Oh, it just gets away. Good player from Madfrog, retreating the very injured Huntress. And unfortunately, the Mountain King dies at that time. So Madfrog just needs to try and get rid of these small units, and then he will have an advantage, because he will have that economy advantage. So it's very, very important for Madfrog to keep the pressure up here. Madfrog cannot tech, Madfrog cannot waste any money. He needs to try and get a very good advantage before he even thinks about teching. And remember, in ESWC there is a no ancient rule. Madfrog cannot use ancients offensively, so I just like to point that out. That is not an option for Madfrog.